Hi, everybody, and welcome to the XYZ of Betting. I am Kevin Ferguson. I've got Shakes Rampedi and Oliver Keohane, as always. Guys, how are we today?
Well, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling really good, feeling really amped for the weekend, no doubt.
Yeah, a lot of tough games to predict, and a sad piece of news coming in from the football world yesterday. Diego Maradona dead. What a legend he was, eh? And yes, Shakes, I did see him play live.
Yes. He was an amazing player. I think, look, I mean, one of my football regrets is that I didn't get to watch him, but I didn't get to watch him play, of course, when he was in his prime, but the football videos that you see and the documentaries that you see, you just see how much of an amazing player he is, and it kind of shows you like the power of sport, that how it transcends into like nations and teams and all that stuff. And he really had an impact for sure.
For sure. Just an incredible character as well.
Yeah, he was a very likable character, wasn't he? He was no doubt a flawed character, but he was very likable. Let's say he went at 100 miles an hour all the time, I think.
Yeah, until yesterday.
Until yesterday. So sad loss for the football world, and nice to see the teams, giving that minutes of silence before the kickoff of games last night in the Champions League. Just sort of speaks volumes for the footballer that he was. And of course, even English fans will admit that he was one of the greatest, even after him using the hand of God to eliminate them from the World Cup.
Yeah. No, that was brilliant. And that video gets played every single year if you're always watching football programs and all that stuff, and they're always referencing him. And it's crazy to think that just how he changed Napoli as well. I mean, they say as soon as he came in, he won 2 league titles with them. He galvanized the whole the Serie A, and just pushing Naples to getting those trophies is pretty a brilliant feat for him to do, to drag a team. And as in the same way he did with Argentina when he won the World Cup. The stories I hear is that he dragged that team by himself, and it was not a great team, a great Argentinian team, but he dragged it by himself.
Yeah.
Indeed, and it speaks volumes, because even Messi can't seem to drag that team by himself,
Messi can't drag Barcelona at the moment, to be fair, so...
Yeah.
And individually, you probably would say this Argentinian team with Messi is probably better than that one that he played with.
Yeah, for sure. So a sad day indeed, but let's get into the football coming up on the weekend, Premier League. First up, we got Crystal Palace versus Newcastle.
Yeah, tough game to call. I mean, neither side particularly great. Crystal Palace showed their true colours without Zaha last weekend. Lost me a lot of money on Monday when I got greedy, as I said. I think this just has a kind of draw written all over it, potentially even a 0-0 draw, but I'm going to say 1-1.
I mean, this is a very interesting game. Of course, you've got two teams that lost their last games and stuff. And to be honest, I didn't know Zaha was not playing the previous game for Crystal Palace. But the moment you didn't see him in the starting 11 or the substitute bench, you already thought that's worrying signs. And I think it's the same thing as well. If he's not able to play against Newcastle, I think I'd give it Newcastle win. But if he's in the team, I think it's a draw. But if I'm going to have to stick to one result, I probably would agree with Oliver and say I see a 1-1 draw here.
He's got coronavirus, so apparently he's self-isolating. And that was reported 2-3 days ago, so...
Yeah, chances are he won't be in the team, and for that reason I think it's going to be a draw as well. I don't even know if either of these teams are going to score. I'm going to say a 0-0 draw.
Okay, so because he's not going to be in the team, I'm going to actually go with the Newcastle win, and I'm going to say Newcastle 2-1.
Okay, there you have it, folks. Brighton and Hove Albion at home to Liverpool.
Do you want to take it away, Shakes?
You can go on.
No, I think this is actually going to be an interesting one. Liverpool, for me, when we spoke about the good, bad, the ugly, they were my good just in terms of how they consistently are just going, getting the job done in fashion, despite all their injuries. They were brilliant against Leicester, slipped up last night against Atlanta in the Champions League. Not one shot on target, and Mo Salah back in that starting lineup. Wasn't wasn't a good day at the office for Liverpool. It shows when they're not firing, they really aren't firing, you know, and it's only happened once or twice this season, but it's like when they're not there, they're not scraping through. And I think Brighton could be a tricky one, because Brighton aren't like an easy team to put away, you know, and they beat Aston Villa pretty convincingly last weekend. I think Liverpool's odds at 1.64 might be a bit, you know, unfair on Brighton. I do think Liverpool will still win it though. But I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it'll be by 1 goal. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 to Liverpool.
My thinking is yesterday's game against Atalanta was team management and was resting some players with the position that they were in that group. I mean, they've only got to win 1 game remaining out of that to qualify. So yeah. I don't think that they set up their best stall yesterday. And I think 1.64 is not bad odds on Liverpool to beat Brighton. Brighton haven't done anything to convince me that they're going to beat Liverpool. And yeah, I like Liverpool to win this game 2-0.
Yeah, I have to obviously. I'm singing the same song you guys are singing in terms of Liverpool winning, but I'm going to add a little bit of a remix to the song, and I'm going to say I think Liverpool. Because of last night's loss, Brighton are in trouble. And I honestly believe Liverpool are going to put past a lot of goals. And if I was, I'm going to put down probably Liverpool in over 2.5. That's what I see. And those odds are 2.22. And I think Liverpool are going to definitely score a number of goals in this game. And Brighton as well, they don't have their key player in Lamptey as well. So he's suspended as well. So I see Liverpool winning this one. I'd even say maybe 4-0.
I think you guys have spoken me out of my selection here. You're speaking a lot more sense than I was. Yeah, I'm going to change mine to 2-0 after that, Shakes.
You're an influencer, Shakes.
Yeah.
Now, the next game's a pretty easy one to call, but it's the only easy one of the whole 10-game slate. Man City versus Burnley. Shakes, let's start with you.
So, look, I mean, Man City, of course, they had that big win against Olympiacos last night. Yeah, and the thing is with Man City, it's not Liverpool or Tottenham at least, so you probably guaranteed a win within this game. But Burnley did get their first win. They did get their first win this week. So I'm still going to go Manchester City. And because City's playing at home, I'll just say 2-0 Man City.
Yeah, I'm going to go same 2-0. I still don't, Man City still haven't done enough for me this season to like qualify, giving them these huge sort of wins that we kind of expected at the start of the season, like these 4-1s, 3-0s, that kind of stuff. And Burnley are just a niggly side. I mean, they've won 1 game, but yeah, they're just I feel like they're a tough side to kind of just go and like smash, you know. So 2-0 for me, Man City.
Yeah, I fully agree. Burnley are a tough team to break down. Man City should win, but it won't. You know, Man City have been playing terrible. But there's no value in betting on them. But I still fancy them for a 3-0 win against Burnley. The next game, Everton versus Leeds United.
Yeah, this one is very interesting. Because obviously 2 sides that love to play football. Everton have their key players back. I think the bet I would place on this is anytime goal scorer for Dominic Calvert-Lewin to score on Betway. Trying to figure out what the odds are for that is. But I would say he's definitely going to score. I think Bamford's also got a good chance of scoring as well. And at least Leeds, what they showed against Arsenal is that there's also a certain element that they didn't want to concede as well. So they are shoring up defensively a little bit. But prize result and say 1-1.
Wow.
Yeah. Not a bad call. I think, you know, Everton have shown that they are a different side with those key players back, completely different side. Both teams know how to score though, so I think in terms of if you're betting on it, both teams to score is going to be your value bet. Yeah, I don't know. I like it 2-2 potentially.
Yeah, look, I think Leeds will concede. They do that a lot. Getting away with no goals against Arsenal isn't an accomplishment. Most teams do that. So I'm going to say Everton 2, Leeds 1. I just like what I saw from Everton last week, and when they're James and Richarlison and Calvin Lewis, when they're firing it, then they're a tough team to beat, especially at Everton. So I'm going to go for 2-1 Everton win.